Am I the a-hole if I leave our apartment knowing that my fiancé and his mom will struggle to pay the rent without me? Me, 29F, and my ex-fiancé, 27M, have been living together for about 1.5 years. He got his undergrad, worked a couple years, then got his MBA, which brought him to our city. We moved in together after he finished his program. He's from the Midwest, and his mom has always wanted him to move back. When he told her he was staying here, she was heartbroken. I have a STEM degree and moved here for my job. It's a big international company with great pay, and I love it. During COVID, my office shut down, and they never reopened, so I've been fully remote since 2020. I make considerably more than my fiancé, mainly because I've been working longer, and I'm in tech. Before we moved in together, I lived alone in a one-bedroom apartment and had my office set up in the living room. When we moved in together, we got a two-bedroom, so I could use the extra room as an office. Because of that, I paid 2/3 of the rent, and he paid 1/3. Everything else was split 50-50ths. The problem started in May. His mom wanted to move to our city and asked if she could stay with us while job hunting. She's a teacher, so I figured she'd find a job quickly, and I didn't mind her staying for a couple of months. To accommodate her, I moved my office into a corner of our bedroom, and my fiancé bought a bed for the second bedroom. But she never applied for jobs. It's been 6 months, and she's still here. We've been struggling ever since. She doesn't respect that I work full-time. She constantly interrupts me, even when I'm on work calls. She expects me to drive her around because she doesn't like city driving. She also has outdated gender views and criticizes me for making my fiancé do chores and his own laundry. The constant criticism and insults are exhausting. I also hate having my office shoved into a corner of the bedroom. Back in September, I told my fiancé that since his mom is staying indefinitely, we should split the rent 3 ways. He said she can't afford it because she needs to save money until she gets a job. I told him I wasn't happy paying extra for a bedroom I can't even use. Eventually, he agreed to split rent 50-50ths. I can afford it, but I hate the idea of funding her lifestyle. Every time I bring up how miserable I am, he says he agrees but doesn't know what to do because he can't kick his mom out. He refuses to talk to her about how she treats me. When I ask about the long-term plan, he just says he doesn't know. I've thought about giving him an ultimatum, but I know he'd resent me for forcing him to put his mom on the street. So here's my plan. A friend of mine is losing her roommate at the end of February. Our lease renews on June 1st. I'm seriously considering moving out and living with her. I can afford to pay my share of rent in both places. It's not ideal, but I'd rather do that than keep living like this. The issue is, if my fiancé and his mom can't afford 1/3 of the rent each, there's no way they can cover the whole thing on their own. But I can't live like this anymore. I'm pretty sure this is what I'm gonna do, but I wanted to see if I'd be the AH for leaving them in this situation. Am I the a-hole if I leave our apartment knowing that my fiancé